Yes. So there are some ways in which we unknowingly repel money, and I'll quickly take you through it as we move on. Throwing money and giving, and throwing money and giving, and this is a huge taboo as far as money is concerned, because there are quite a few instances wherein we throw and give money. And I'll name a couple of instances, and you all can actually connect to whether you have been in such situations before. uh, there have been instances when we play cards, Neelu, isn't it? Do they play in Calcutta? You have this
Yes,
Shravan
yes.
Ka Mahina, and there they
Of
play
course,
cards and all.
Diwali is coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with the lockdown
Yeah,
period,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I'm sure party sessions are being planned somewhere.
Yeah. So when you play that with money, what happens is that many times you throw money in game. So
Right.
when you are throwing money, it is not the basic currency which you are actually, it's a game. But then somewhere when you're throwing money, you're disrespecting the money energy by itself, because that is a manifestation of the goddess of wealth, right? So somewhere you're disrespecting that. So we need to be careful. And there are many times that there are people, when they actually gamble, and when you go out in those dark zones wherein they just have this money which they shower over people and things like that. It is there that money is always disrespected, and money generally will not go to places where it is disrespected. So this is
Right.
unknowingly, this way we repel money. If you do not like your work, and as I told you, there are more than 80% of the people who don't know their purpose of life till today. They don't know what passion they need to adopt. And in fact, I was also in this same zone 4 years back. And if you do not like your work, you will repel money. If you condemn your client, or when you condemn rich people, oh, this person is rich and then he must have definitely uh, earned money through various means which are on the dark side, it is at that time that you will repel money. Or
Right.
if you earn wrong ways, money by wrong ways, by evading tax. Of course, adjustments, that is absolutely taken. You have those adjustments, the chartered accountants and all, they do adjustment. That is a different thing. But then by evading tax altogether, that actually is basically will repel money. If there is an improper energy exchange, that means if you're taking too high for a work which should be done in an X amount, and then you're charging Y way beyond that. It is an improper energy exchange. Money will not stay; it will repel. And of course, definitely, as we move on to the self worth, also in the package B, in the Samruddhi thing, it is, you will come to know that if you do not value your work enough, you charge less for something which will be charged more. Even then, money will not. It will repel you.
Right. Right.
Then, of course, if you have a miser approach, you don't give, you don't spend, definitely money will just go away. And of course, counting money fast. If you count money fast, that always it gives rise to ego, a money ego, a typical type of ego, which is called the money ego. And it is here that money will be repelled. Or if you do not keep your self worth, which we have already discussed. So we move on to the next thing. And
Very quick question here, Vijay. Hansa has asked, "Can we do for siblings?" I'm guessing she's asking with the previous meditation. I'm not sure how to interpret the question. Hansa, are you asking if you can do it for your siblings? Is that the question? And if that is the question, Vijay, what would the answer be?
I didn't get the question, in fact.
Yeah, so Hansa, if you could just let us know clearly. And this is definitely Dolly. Dolly is asked, Vijay, what if you're playing with counters instead of money notes? Can you?
That is okay. That is okay. Of course, definitely do not just throw it off, but then yeah, just putting it across in a respectful manner. Definitely
Right.
that is okay, but much better than playing directly with the hard money.
With yes. And the reason why I'm laughing, Dolly is gearing up for
Yeah, yeah,
casting.
got it. I got it.
Okay, Hansa has said, can I do it for my brother? This is something that you would do for yourself, right? Listen to the music and chant the Chamotesha.
Yeah, and your brother can also do it. Anybody on the call can do it.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. She said, okay. Great. All right. 8 facts about money.
Yeah.
Let's get this going. This is getting more and more interesting.
Okay. So the fact is, we're comfortable carrying money problems, but uncomfortable carrying them. And I'll repeat this: we are comfortable carrying money problems, but uncomfortable confronting them. We have so many money problems, and then we say, "Ki, oh, this is the money problem. This is it. This is it." We can just speak about it for ages and ages together, but then we are really in the inner core, if you see, we are uncomfortably just taking them on. Till the time we don't take on these problems, till the time we don't confront them, just speaking about it is good. You know what is happening, Neelu? If there is a person and he's just speaking about his money problems, he's speaking to 10 odd people, right? So what is
Right.
happening is that by the law of attraction, we have all gone through the law of attraction. By the law of attraction, all those 10, that means the 11 people, they all start thinking that, oh, Neelu has a money problem. Neelu has a money problem because Neelu just mentioned she has a money problem. So the law of attraction automatically gets multiplied by 11, and then 11
Right.
times it multiplies, and 11 times it starts manifesting itself. Neelu has a money problem. Neelu has a money problem. So what we do commonly is that we just share our money problems, but then we are actually uncomfortable confronting them, and that is where the coming times are going to be absolutely important. Number 8 is the number of money. It represents the planet Shani, which stands for karma and which stands for learning life lessons. And the coming 2.5 years, rather I would say till 2024, but more of the coming 2.5 years are going to be challenging, or are going to bring out lot many things related to money in your domain. It is here that you can make or break your destiny. To be very honest and to be very straight, in these times, if you can do good work on yourself, increase your vibrations, release those blocks through whichever means you'll choose, it is then that your coming 10, 20, 30 years are going to be fantastic. And it is in these times, if you're not able to make the most out of it, because we are in kind of a Sangham Yuga. And this Yuga is, if you're on the negative side, the negative energy will just put you down. It will just put you down to the rocks. And if you're on the positive side, it will raise you. So this is a very interesting period we are in. Of course, in this we'll not get more into that discussion right now, because that is not the scope of our, in the ambit of our workshop today. But then, yeah, the coming 2.5 years, you have to be really careful. And Shani, being in its own ghar, so as to say, in the Swarashi they call it, the astrologers as they call it, it is going to teach us a lot of lessons. So be prepared to confront your money issues, rather than just advertising those money issues, right? Your state of vibrations will determine the outcome of your monetary deals. It always does, but then now it would be very clear. Our security is not our bank balance, but the ability to connect with the cosmic power that creates all things. And that is where so many people who had become bankrupt, they actually came out of all those things. Why? Because they had that ability to connect with the cosmic power. That was their mutant strength, and it was not the bank, the money which is there in the bank, right? So if you see that, if you feel that I have a lot of money in the bank balance, and then it is on that you are in a comfortable zone in money, then somewhere those vibrations are low. But if, although being money in the bank, or not having enough money in the bank, but then you being secure that I am connected to the cosmic power, I am connected to the divine energy, who is the source of all this, it will raise your money vibrations. And this is very important. Going behind money is an animal instinct. Tiger always goes behind its prey, isn't it? It's like a hunter instinct. And attracting money is divine. It's like a flower which is there in the garden. We should aim to become flowers in the garden that attract. A flower never goes to anybody. People come to a flower, isn't it? Whereas
Right.
a tiger, he always chases its prey. And that is where so many people they actually keep chasing prospects, and keep chasing people. Oh, this is there, this is there, this is there, come to it. And on the face of it, immediately, if there is a person who gives you a call 3 times, immediately you'll get irritated, you'll start resisting, you'll try to probably have the thought of blocking him on WhatsApp, or try to block his call or something. Because if people chase you, you will always resist them. That is the law of the universe, the law of vibrations. So wherever we face rejection, it is our work to look into what needs to be still corrected into me, what is the block that needs to be cleared, and it is
Right.
there that the universe will bring it on. Right? So
Right.
we often say it is our hard-earned money, and this always gets mirrored. When you say, "Oh, मैंने बहुत मेहनत करके पैसा कमाया, I have earned it the hard way," it means you're telling the universe that I am accustomed to earning money the hard way, and then automatically by
Wow.
default, the
Right.
future life will always be hard to earn money.
Right. Right. Uh, Vijay, this I just want to say here, with everything that you're bringing up, that you're mentioning, somewhere we all know this, but the way you're saying it, I don't know how many aha moments I've already had in this entire call till now, even with this hard-earned money bit, abs- it has never ever, I don't think it's ever struck me for sure ki, don't, there's no need to say it like this. You can easily just change that vibration, and then that work that might, any work that feels tedious, or that will change also, right? You will begin to love your work again.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Very quick question, sorry. Preeti's asked, does this affect people having Sadi Sati with the first point and birth dates of 18, 17, and 26?
So I don't know much about numerology. Of course, all the experts who have come in before me, they would be in a better position to answer that. But yes, when you are in Sadesati, then Sadesati is basically a period of, not a period of punishment. It is a period of karma comes to us, and that we look into the life lessons. Karma comes to us in the form of action. That means in the form of life issues, which we actually face. And karma comes to us. The second arm of the karma is the learning part of the karma. There are some karmas which you need to face and move on. There are some karmas which you have to learn and move on. So the learning phase of the karma, the learning arm of the karma is called the life lessons. We all come here with 12 life lessons. And generally in the Shanika period or the Sadisatika period or the Shani Mahadasha, which spans up to 20 years, that period is always a time of majority of the life lessons coming in that particular time to learn. So if you're in a Sadisati period, lot of things you need to pay attention to what is coming and what is the situation trying to teach me. And only when you learn would Shani bless you and move ahead to the next life lesson. So that is what the Shani period is about.
Right.
So investments and insurance with what intention we have taken. If we have taken investments and we have invested probably years and years back as to, oh, this is going to help me in bad times, then, and with that thing in mind, if you have taken the investments, then definitely you are telling the universe, I have invested. Now it's your turn to give me the bad time, isn't it? Sorry. So you need to look into the way you're, of course, investments can also be made in a beautiful way wherein, oh yes, I am investing, and whenever this matures, this particular insurance policy, or whenever this matures, I will use it to my heart's desire, whatever is required at that time, isn't it? That becomes a much more complete way to be in sync with the law of abundance into it. And yeah, solutions of money seldom lie in the money world. People feel only when we talk about money, it is we are healing. In fact, the package A, what if you have selected to, we don't speak about money even a word, but people do get experiences related to money. Why? Because we look into the root causes, we look into the things which connect with our money world, which affect our money world directly, although they are not connected to money. So that is what the thing is. And the most biggest blunder people do is they work on their business. Oh, I have this enterprise, I have to work on it. But if we want to be abundant, we should work on ourselves majorly from here on. And that is exactly what Rama did. Rama has a huge turnover company, and she's been doing that for so many years and isn't working on the business. But today, when she worked on herself, automatically it reflected in her business, and automatically she started getting dealers for the Gujarat and Karnataka regions, which she was not getting for so many years or so many months probably, and then they just came out from all of a sudden, isn't it? They just manifested immediately within a week. So when you work on yourself, automatically it gets reflected into your business. But majorly what people do is that they work on their business, and that is where many fail. So we look now into the 8 principles about money. Are we good to go, Nilu?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, Vijay, very quick question here from Preeti is asking, can we sign up now and take the workshop later?
See, you can take the workshop now. Of course, in my workshops, yeah, good you brought this up, Nilu. I just forgot this point. There are no recordings or no notes provided by me, to be very honest. All the workshops are experiential workshops. So there are no recordings. So if in case you miss any one or two of the sessions, you can always, this keeps happening, of course, at the rate which would be outside, not the Mystic Lotus rate. But if there is a session which you have missed, definitely at a free cost, you can always come back in the next 1.5 month period, whenever it happens next, and you can come and attend that particular session. So for example, if this is a 6 session one, the first one, and the 5 session one, there's 11 sessions. If you miss it, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, no problem. You can always come back and you can attend those 3 sessions in the next cycle, when it happens in the next 1.5 month period. We have this every 45 days. So of course, you don't have to pay in at that time. Whatever you have missed, you're going to come back and you're going to do it later.
Right.
So
Right
this, that
now,
provision is there.
when you take this offer up, uh, please correct my understanding, Vijay, if I've gone off. Right now, when you're taking this offer up with the offer that is available on this call, the classes are beginning on the second. Is
Second
the
to 7th.
workshop that you
Yeah,
join.
yeah,
And in that period, if you miss one, two here, there,
yeah,
that you can let Vijay know. You can
yeah,
definitely catch up on that particular class in the next set. But there's
absolutely.
no separate set happening for the sign-ups now. It is beginning on the 2nd of November.
Yes, yes.
Okay. That is that. All right.
Yeah. So let us get into the 8 principles of money, and these
Yes.
actually are quite interesting. And we should always receive and give happily. And that is why when I told you how to give, this is the way to give. Because when you bless the opposite person and give, automatically it is in happiness that you will. Isn't it? When you bless, you're giving happiness, isn't it? So we always receive happily, but we never give happily. And in happiness resides Lakshmi. In fact, when you get into the deeper things, we come to know that Lakshmi means happiness through wealth or through abundance. Lakshmi does not mean money. Lakshmi means happiness through abundance, right? So in happiness resides money. Goddess Lakshmi is marked by 2 colors, red and green. We all know that, isn't it? Red is for wealth creation, that is, go on accumulating, go receive money. But green is for distribution of wealth, that is to give. Only in giving can we receive, and we need to be very, very clear on that. And there are people who come across, oh, I don't have money. How will I be able to do your money workshop? If you don't have money, you need to arrange it. It is as simple as that. If you don't have money, connect to the divine source, put a strong intent, it will come to you. But by just saying you don't have money, it is I also who start feeling, oh, you don't have money. So you've already multiplied it by 2, isn't it? It is your ability to connect with the divine energy which is going to bring it to you. And green is for distribution of wealth. It is in giving that we can receive. Your growth does not depend, and this is a huge myth. If you can, this statement to go inside a person can take 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, it can take ages. But then of course it is my duty what has gone inside me. It is my with my pure intent, I wish to share that with you. Your growth depends on how much you receive. It does not on how much you receive, it depends on how much you give. And don't you think whatever you're getting today is a product of whatever you have given in the past? Isn't it, Neelu? The horoscope shows it all.
Right. Right.
Isn't it? So whatever we have done on the negative side, say for example, we are getting a taste of it, or we are getting whatever we have done in the past. So you have already given probably something on the negative front, just to say, probably you have given some kind of money issues to someone, and today you've got that. So when you give, then only you can receive, right? And that is why in spiritual terms, this is always called the energy exchange. You pay and then you get. So that holds true for everything in your life. And whatever, when we get onto the Samruddhi, the money workshop in the package B, is there that you come to know that you need to give. And we give so happily. We have to give happily. After the workshop, everybody starts giving happily, not to me, but to wherever it needs to be given, in whichever way. There are so many people who are. And let me just share with you a small story here. There was this man who was quite rich, and then he always used to, whenever he used to see beggars and people who are needy and people who are below the poverty line, it used to touch him, and he used to ask the divine God, why is it that you have created poor people? Why don't you give them money? You have given me so much, why don't you give them to? The divine says, God says, smiling at him, I created you to give them money. I give it to you. It is for you to distribute. And in that lies Lakshmi. And whenever you give, you will see it coming back multifold, and you can take my word for it. It has happened with me. It has happened with so many people who have done the Samruddhi. Whenever you give, and whatever you give, it is all up to you. Give happily. Even giving 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees donation, or giving something to a beggar, not that 1 rupee or 2 rupees to a beggar, give 20 rupees. Give something wherein you feel that he would be able to do, he will be able to get a meal at least. So give in happiness and you will receive. And you have to understand some principles. If you give in anger, you will receive in anger. You will get anger. If you're giving that in anger, if you're giving money in anger, you will always get anger back to you from the source, from the way you get money. If you give in frustrations, you will always get frustrations. If you torture and pressurize someone and get money, you will be tortured and pressurized. If people pay you unhappily, you will be unhappy, right? So I have ensured that, Nilu, and the second point in how to give, I have ensured that people have blessed me and given. So
Right.
automatically, they also get blessed, nevertheless. So if you disrespect
Absolutely.
money, yeah, if you disrespect money or the giver, you will be disrespected. These are the simple principles. The way you give, same you receive, and that is about like having the going through the eight principles about money, and yeah, hope this has added value to you, and it has helped you at least move forward in some way or the other, and it has helped you to recognize some money blocks inside you which needs to be cleared through whichever way and means you decide, right?
Right. Yes.
So
And
yeah, anyway.
absolutely huge value, Vijay, that goes without saying, with everything from the get go, with this entire set, the 8 principles, the 8 ways, the 8 facts, all of this on the how to give, the it's, even before getting on to a workshop or session with you, you have already given all of us so much to look at, to see, to think about, and understand where we're at and where we want to get at. So, yes, fantastic.